Hi guys, this is Jen here. I am about to make dinner and I wanted to do a video about how to keep your kitchen clean while you're cooking. So first of all, it's nice to start with a kitchen that is already pretty clean. So I just have my meat that I'm going to use and my water that I always keep on my counter. And I just kind of decided to do this at the last minute. So this is what my kitchen usually looks like, honestly. I did a video about how we put our dishes in the dishwasher. I'll link that below. It's just a really short video. But this is how my kitchen stays. So it's 5 o'clock, my kids have been home, and I need to get dinner going. So the next thing that really helps to keep your kitchen clean while you're cooking is to have a plan. So I know what I'm making for dinner. I'm not going to start pulling stuff out and making a big mess because I know exactly what I'm going to make. Now, I do like to be creative in the kitchen, but I do those kind of meals on, say, a Saturday where I can just start adding things and playing with food and everything because I have more time to clean up. But today is a Wednesday and we have church, so I have a dinner that isn't going to take me a lot of time, but it does take a little bit of time, and it will really help me if I don't create a big mess to clean up afterward. So this is how my kitchen looks right now. Okay, another tip would be, I love doing this, I've showed how I keep my recipes in these plastic holders that are made for binders in my recipe binder. So this isn't actually what we're having for dinner. I just grabbed a couple out because the dinner I'm making, which is burgers and potato wedges, and my burgers have a few extra things in there, but I just kind of made these recipes up and I don't actually need a recipe, but I did want to show you. So say I'm making a couple different things. Well, I will put the recipes up here on my fridge with a magnet, and this really helps because it's at eye level and I can easily see everything. And I'm sure you've seen me looking over at my fridge while I'm doing my cooking videos. It's because a lot of the times I will have my recipe up here. And it keeps it out of the way so nothing is getting spilled on it, and it's protected in the sheet. And I don't have to touch it or anything while I might have flour or whatever on my hands. So it's just right here and I can easily see it and then put it back when I'm done. Now say I have a recipe that I printed off of a website and it's the first time I've ever made it and it's not in my recipe binder yet. Well, I just have an extra sheet like this, protector, that I would just slide it in and put it up there. Now also, if you have a nice cookbook that has a recipe that you like to use and you don't want to spill anything on your nice cookbook, which I've done before, my chocolate cake recipe has, you know, cocoa powder and stuff kind of stained on it, but I've learned, or I kind of just thought this up one day, but if you just do a quick scan of the recipe from your cookbook and put it in here, it'll keep your cookbook nice and preserved. So just kind of think ahead. I know sometimes life is crazy and we can't always do that, but if you think ahead about what you're going to make and just put your recipes up here. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is think about how to time everything out. Now, this dinner I'm making tonight happens to be pretty simple. It's just two things. I'm going to make up my burgers and add all the stuff that I like to have in my burgers. I need to toast the buns and do the potato wedges. So I need to think about the timing, okay? I need to get my potatoes cut into wedges and preheat my oven, and I need to get my burgers ready, and I like to let them sit before we throw them on the grill. So I just kind of need to start thinking about the timing of everything. Now, in the past, I would make like a huge Middle Eastern meal. So I make, you know, hummus and fattoush and garlic sauce and all of, you know, chicken and all of this stuff, and sometimes rice with it. And I'm just, you know, making all kinds of food, and it can get to be a really big mess. Well, what I've learned is there are certain things I need to do first, and I can set those in the fridge and just really prepare ahead of time so that I'm just not like cooking all kinds of stuff and the whole counter is just full of food and scraps and everything. And then I've spent all this time cooking, which I enjoy, but then I have another hour to clean up. So just really think about, okay, I need to do this and then this and then this. And a lot of recipes have certain sauces, and you need to, like Asian food has a lot of sauces, and you might need a couple different sauces. So a lot of times I'll have my little dishes all set up, and I'll do that all ahead before I even start cooking anything, because a lot of times when you're cooking Asian food, it's really fast, but you need all these little things chopped or mixed together or measured out. So just really think about what you're making and how you can prepare ahead of time. Okay, so I'm getting ready to cook, and I have a few things out. I have my ground beef in a bowl here, and I'm going to add a bunch of stuff to this. So I also have out a little dish, and when I chop garlic and onion and things, I'm going to put all the scraps right in here. And if I was making a lot of food or something that's going to have a lot of scraps, I would just use a bigger bowl, but I'm not going to have much scraps. So this will be right on my counter. And this just really prevents me from just chopping things and leaving it out. You know, you can just really make a mess quick. So it's just nice to have this right here. And that way the trash can isn't out in my way, and I can just empty this when I'm all done. I have my potatoes out. I like sweet potato, and everyone else likes regular potatoes, so I'm going to wash those and cut them. I have my oven preheating, so I'm just kind of thinking about what I'm going to be doing. Now, as I use my dishes, I'm going to put them right in the dishwasher instead of throwing them in the sink. Anything that can't go in the dishwasher, like my kitchen scissors, are in here because I used it to cut open the meat. So they need to be washed. So anything that I'm going to have to wash by hand, like pans or whatever, which isn't a lot usually, I'll just stick in the sink. But I try really hard to just put everything right in the dishwasher, and that keeps me from creating a big mess while I'm cooking. Okay, I just wanted to show you what it looks like in the middle of cleaning. So I made up my burgers, and my husband is going to grill those soon, and I put the bowl that I used to mix everything in right in the dishwasher. I just rinsed it really quickly. I have a couple things in my sink that I need to wash by hand. Just have my spatula out that I'm using to flip the potato wedges. I can go ahead and empty this little bit of garbage. And I just have my cutting board and knife left out for cutting the vegetables that we'll have on our burgers. And my oven mitt is there because I keep checking my potatoes. So once my husband goes to grill, I'm just going to clean up a little bit of this stuff. I need to toast the buns. And as you can see, it didn't get really messy. I put my spices back right after I was done using them, because even though this is a simple meal, I did use a couple bowls, a couple spoons. I used spices, I chopped onions, I chopped garlic, I chopped potatoes, or I cut potatoes. So you know, if I wasn't paying attention, I could really make a big mess out of something simple also. So I just wanted to show you that.